Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, Patrick here. Alright, I am just jumping on. I have a couple minutes tonight. I was doing some baking and everything. I just wanted to show you. I just posted on my Facebook, and this is why I kind of came on. So, I've been making gluten-free, dairy-free brownies for about 5-6 years, okay? I used my regular family recipe and substituted my favorite gluten-free flours into my recipes, okay? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that tonight. That's why I'm kind of jumping on and things like that. You all know I love my two favorite blends. Better Batter, gluten-free flour, Better Batter, gluten-free flour. And my other friend and great friend, GF Jules Shepherd, okay? Both of these flour blends are meant to be cup for cup for gluten-free baking, okay? Let's talk a little bit about that cup for cup word, okay? Cup for cup word, meaning there's a blend, don't get this confused with the blend called cup for cup, okay? So cup for cup means that you can take any wheat recipe minus breads, okay? Breads is a whole different story, and I can do a whole video about that, and later on I'm going to. But breads is a whole different animal and a whole different story. But simple baking, what I call simple baking, chocolate chip cookies, muffins, cupcakes, brownies, pies, layer cakes, quick breads, brownies, anything like this, brownies. These are dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free, nut-free brownies, okay? Anything like that, okay? Anything quick bread, nothing that requires a yeast leaven product, okay, is going to be called using cup for cup method. Meaning you can take any recipe, family recipe, and use a Betty Crocker cookbook that a lot of people probably have, okay? You can use your old family recipes. I have 3 books of old recipes that I use time after time as a professional pastry chef, okay? I use these flours and blends because they are cup for cup, meaning you can take a cup of Better Batter and a brownie and a cake and a cookie and have same exacting results. You know why I have those results are, I use consistency. I use a baker scale, okay? A baker scale is key in gluten-free baking, okay? It's actually key in any baking. These are really cheap. I tell anyone that talks to me and over Facebook messages and things like that, they say, oh, I tried this recipe and it came out dense. It came out like a brick. It came out gummy. It came out this. It came out too dry. It's not moist enough. Things like that, okay? The first of all, and I'm going to ask this, that anyone writes to me and says, what did you do? I'm going to say, okay, 2 things. What flour blend did you use? Okay, there's a key. Then I'm going to ask you some other things. I'm going to ask you, did you use a kitchen scale? How are you measuring your flour? What other substitutes did you do in your recipe? This is all key in gluten-free baking. Gluten-free baking and even allergy-friendly baking is a whole different animal, okay? It's a whole different animal than baking with wheat, okay? With wheat flour, AP flour, bread flour, any of those made with wheat flours, okay? You can do whatever you want, really, and it still comes out beautifully, okay? But with gluten-free, it's a whole different animal, okay? You're baking with 2 of, I call these right now, the 2 best blends, gluten-free flours in the market right now. I highly recommend these flours. Jules just started shipping internationally to people in Canada, which I'm very happy about. I love Better Batter. I've always loved Better Batter. Better Batter is a cup for cup gluten-free flour. So is in Jules. You can get them all in different increments and everything. They both sell on Amazon and they both sell through their site. So things like that. But what I am saying is, if you have a regular chocolate chip cookie recipe, so let's say the good old Toll House cookie recipe, you want to take that and substitute that with gluten-free flour, okay? A lot of people are telling me about this all the time. If you guys can see me, just give me some likes, some hearts, whatever. Kind of would just want to see if people can see me and things like that. it's a whole different animal. So taking gluten-free and also taking the regular recipe, like the back of a Toll House cookie, chocolate chip cookie recipe that everyone loves and adore, okay? Taking that recipe, you can substitute it, meaning cup for cup, with Better Batter or Jules, okay? A good high quality gluten-free flour is meant to do anything, okay? I call it the one rule method because it is the one rule method, okay? Cakes, muffins, quick breads, anything like that, okay, is a one-to-one substitution, okay? If you're dealing with other allergies like egg allergies and things like that, then you're playing with a whole different bat in a ball, I'm calling it, basically, method. With gluten, if you can have the other ingredients, you are going to be fine. If you can have dairy, if you can have eggs, if you can have everything else and you're just gluten-free, you're home free in baking, okay? But if you can't have eggs and you can't have gluten, okay? With gluten-free and vegan baking, you're going to have some changes that you have to do, even with cakes, even with cookies, even with brownies, even with ratios, okay? They're a little bit different, and there's 1,000,001 egg substitutes on the markets right now, okay? And that's going to be another whole video and a whole chapter I'm going to do. I just wanted to pop on tonight, kind of tell you a little bit about the two flours, as we all know and I love. And people ask me this all the time, and they go, why don't you like Bob's Red Mill? Why don't you like this flour? Why don't you like this flour? Why don't you stand by this flour? It's not because I don't like their flour, don't get me wrong. I've been a professional pastry chef for almost 16.5 years, okay? I have tested, before I started using Better Batter and Jules, all the time in my life in baking, okay? I use Bob's, I'll tell you straight up. I used to use Bob's. I used to use Panalas. I used to use any of them, okay? I didn't like them at all, at all, at all. I tried to make everything from A to Z. I tried to make cakes, I tried to make cookies, I tried to make breads. I tried to make everything, okay? And I didn't like them at all. They either came out gummy, they came out dry, they came moist, they're not fluffy. They don't look like the product I used to have, okay? It's very different, okay? Everything is different, okay? Gluten-free baking is a whole different animal, okay? As we said, it's not like baking with wheat flour. It's not like picking a bag of all-purpose flour up at the grocery store and saying, oh my God, I can bake again. No, it's not. It's taking the regular, so yes, I have Martha Stewart cookbooks, I have the Betty Crocker cookbooks, and I have my old family recipes. You can take these blends, okay, and if you have a favorite brownie recipe that you used to use, I have used this brownie recipe that I make now for almost 7 years. I can modify it with this flour to dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, any allergies that I need to meet. With these two flours, I can. Unless they have a different allergy. If it has a corn, they're allergic to xanthan gum, they're allergic to other things, major scope, then I will play around and I will use a different blend and I will make my own blend. That does not, it's a gum-free blend that I use on my own when people can't have xanthan gum, gore gum, anything like that, okay? Anything like that. I have a blend that I certainly use for the certain different things that I'm making, okay? If I'm making a regular pie crust, okay, I use Better Batter or Jules. If I'm making cakes, cupcakes, breads, pies, anything, I use Better Batter or Jules. Better Batter and Jules is #1 to bake gluten-free, okay? I have no aftertaste in my products that I bake with. I have no gumminess. I have no dryness. I have nothing. I have nothing crumbling at me. Nothing that's the major that people say, oh, my baked goods are crumbly. Oh, they're not moist. Oh, they have a funny aftertaste. Nothing like that, okay? I've been baking with these flours for almost 5 years, and I love them. Not because they're good for my friends and everything. One thing about me, and you're going to learn that over the years, is that I only stand by people that I trust, that I know that they work, and I only believe in people that I know that things will actually work. And I will put my reputation on it and tell people and sell that product and help them do whatever I need to do it. It's because I trust it. I use it in my baking. I know how to use it and things like that. A lot of people say, oh, I can't get that flour because it's too expensive, okay? Yeah, so there is 2 recipes on the internet all over Google. Nicole Hun from Gluten-free on a Shoestring has a mock batter that you can make, okay? But I'm going to strongly recommend that you find the finer grains of sweet rice flour, any of those. The finer the flour, the better the product's going to come out. That's a key, okay? And Jules, there's a mock Jules recipe out there too. You can use those interchangeable if you want to make it homemade and you don't want to buy this, okay? There's a couple reasons I popped on. I just wanted to tell you guys that you can take any commercial recipe that you have at home and make it gluten-free. It's very easy. And I can walk you and give you the tricks, the tips, everything you want to know. I'm actually your friend in this whole world. There's a lot of people, if you ask them, oh, how do you do this? Oh, how do you do this? They're not going to tell you because that's their secret. There's certain recipes I will not share because I use them commercially and I use them on a daily basis. So I cannot share those recipes. But there is some ways that I can help you and walk you through and give you tips and show you exactly how to interchange the products and what you're making. One thing is gluten-free bread, so white bread, anything white bread, sourdough bread, anything like that, anything yeasted bread, anything cinnamon roll base, anything like that, okay? There's a whole different method to that, okay? It's not just dumping everything in and letting it go, okay? It's a ratio of wet ingredients to the flour that makes that chocolate chip cookie or drop biscuit dough. Okay, I've shown you on videos. I'm going to, in the next couple of months, get really into depth and in detail on this. I'm honing down on my thoughts and everything this month, and I'm really pushing things this month. I'm opening up. I'm doing a lot more things. I'm going above and beyond and things like that. I'm trying to help more and more people with the gluten allergy portion of this. I'm actually going into the egg field in the next couple of months. Gluten and eggs are going to be my next new focus this year, is really help people with those allergies. I'm going to help other people with other allergies, but I'm mainly focused on those are the 2 big allergies right now for me to do and to help people with, and try to see where that needs to be fixed and everything. I have some things in the works for the next couple of months and the next year or so. By the fall, I want to be doing a lot more things with this whole field. So I just wanted to pop on, tell you guys a little bit about it. Hope this is not boring you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. If you guys have any questions or anything about any of these flours, or if you can't use any of these flours because you have an allergy to something, okay, reach out to me, private message me, and I will try to figure out something and show you what we can do, okay? Because I am a person of my word, is that I want to help people with food allergies, and I'm not going to give up. I am not going to give up until everyone that I know or anyone out in this world is baking just like they were with their allergies. I mean it. I'm not going to give up. So if I have to be up all night long in my kitchen testing things, reworking it in my brain to make sure that I know how to do it and to tell you how to do it, I will. Because that's who I am. I'm not a person that gives up on a project. I am a person that puts foot into steps and to make movements and to help people in this journey. I'm not that person that if you send me a message in 6 hours, I'm going to tell you, I'll get back to you when I'm not busy, and I'm going to help you. A lot of people in this world, in this gluten-free world, if you ask them for help or advice, they're going to say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not available. I'm not that